Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gary here for the Thumb Up and Ted podcast, here to do what I like to call a personal podcast. Now, what exactly does that entail? Well, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to talk to you, and that's about it. I'm kind of alone here in the office right now, just having myself a good time. Reviewing past show clips, if you will. Going back into the Thumb Up and Ted archive, checking out all the different shows that we used to make, and actually spanning all the way back to last year. If you were to go all the way back, you'd go back, like, what, fucking 3 years? 3 years now? 3 years ago, I started the Thumb Up and Ted podcast. And, oh my god, has it been a run. This is not an actual show. This, what I'm doing right now is not the actual show. This is like the subcast. This is what I tried to tell you last time on the Late Night Talk. You can go back and watch that if you want. It's pretty interesting. I talk about Dave Grohl falling off the stage at a concert he did in Poland. It's pretty fucking funny. Which that's absolutely a true story. But this is not the actual show. The actual show will be coming up, and I dearly apologize to everyone that's been waiting for episode 39 to come out. And we've just been having so much trouble, I should say. We've been having so much trouble with this computer setup and everything. I'm surprised that this is even recording right now. Because the way Audacity works is that if it's left on idle for too long, like you leave the screen up or whatever, which I'll do all the fucking time, because what I do immediately after the podcast is exported to the desktop into the Thumb Up and Ted, the file database that has everything in it, and then I take that and I throw that into a video editing software so it's uploadable to YouTube, and then once I get it uploaded to YouTube, it's like an hour and a half later. So I fucking forget that it's open. So I leave Audacity open for shut up, cat, get out of here. This is my podcast. So I leave it open for who the fuck knows, between shows that can be 2 to like 6 months, and then you turn the computer back on, which it goes to sleep. As long as it's plugged in, it will not turn off. Which, when I had my original setup, it was always on the charger. It was always plugged in, so it was always on. So Audacity was always open. And it slowed everything down to a motherfucking crawl, and then it would crash, it would seize up, or it would just not record anything. And that is the problem that I've been having with this new setup, is because now the problem is that the computer is actually shutting itself off now because I unplug it, and then the battery dies because it's a fucking piece of shit, and it dies within an hour of it not being on the charger. And then Audacity just takes it upon itself, I guess, to just shut down, obviously, because the computer's off. So it takes its good old sweet fucking time shutting down, and then when you turn it back on, plug it back in, get the battery going, like I just did right now, there's like a 1 in 10 chance that it's actually going to fucking record anything. So that has been the butt fuck of the last like 2 weeks that I've been thinking about recording the Thumb Up and Ted podcast episode 39, is because I don't want to have to delve into the story topics, make it organically, simply come out, and have it be on record without the possibility of it just cutting off at like 7 minutes or 8 minutes or 10 minutes. And then the rest of everything that I was gonna say, I now go back on and think, well, that's pretty fucking... And then you just fight with yourself, and then the show sucks. So I'm not gonna risk that until I get a better fucking recording software. And that's just how it's going right now. So that is why episode 39 hasn't come out. And I figured I'd test Audacity here right now just to, make sure that it works and everything, So I'm testing out something that, and I don't want to say that this is like a lesser of a cast, but it's not the show. You tune in for the Thumb Up and Ted podcast. You don't turn. Well, you probably don't turn unless you're driving or walking or... Shut up. That's not the point. You probably don't turn these on just to listen to my personal podcast. And you know what? Not offended. I wouldn't want to listen to me either. because sometimes I don't sound very intelligent, like that sentence right there. But here's the deal. Since the last time I did one of these personal podcasts, so much fucking shit's happened, and not just in my life, but in everyone else's life, that it's just astounding. So this podcast could be 4 hours long, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to make a 4 hour long podcast by myself. And it's like, I cap out at about an hour, and that's when I start getting bored. And when I start getting bored, you stop listening a half hour ago. So, here's the deal. We're gonna get into some topics here, but first we're gonna play you a great song. And this actually reminisces so far back, it makes my head like want to vomit. This is Moments in Grace, Broken Promises, and it's a great song, you know? And the way I found this song was that I used to play this game on the original Xbox called Burnout 3 Takedown, which I'm sure everyone who's listening right now knows exactly what I'm talking about and how fucking amazing that fucking game is. It is so good. Maybe I'm just reminiscing about my childhood or something, but that game was just so much fun. It's one of those car racing games where it was fast, violent, and with fucking amazing music. And it kept you entertained for days, weeks, months even. And I go back to these songs and I remember playing this game, grinding, trying to get gold medals in all these different tracks around the world, just in the Super Series and getting all these road rage events done. And I'm just beating my head against the wall, and the only thing that kept me playing was the soundtracks. Because this music speaks to me because I'm an emotional teenager still, which I probably shouldn't be. Emotional teenager being as I'm 20 years old and I still act like I'm 16, which is probably going to be the case for another 10 years. And you know what? I'll calm down at 30, okay? Fuck you. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I will start drinking more water, though. That's what oh, Jesus, I still have voice cracks. I'll still drink water. That much I'll do. So, we're gonna play you a song here right now. Once again, this is Broken Promises by Moments in Grace, and we hope you enjoy. We'll see you in a bit. And also, if you're thinking about leaving a comment for us, it'd be greatly appreciated because we are always looking for ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gary here from the Thumb and Ted podcast, here for the personal cast. Just reminding you that if you have ideas for the actual show, you can always leave them below. And we'll read them. Why? Because we have to. Because you're a beautiful human being. We'll see you in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on the Personal Podcast on a very cloudy and somewhat rainy November 9th, 2017 at 3:17 in the afternoon. Why? Because I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning now, fuckers. I ain't staying up all night. What do you take me for? Jesus. Anyways, welcome back to the show. Just a quick little podcast here. I guess not a quick one, because we haven't even gotten to the topics yet. We're fucking 10 minutes in. So, I guess we'll hit pause on that. We'll go back to that. We'll go back to another great song that you will definitely enjoy. And we'll play that one. Sorry, if you can hear the little fucking assholes outside my door, those are the children that live in my complex, and they're loud as fuck, and they're annoying as fuck. I'm sure you can hear them. It's actually, like, worse than the other office, and I mean, I'm not gonna yell at children. I'm not gonna do it because it's just not something I want to do. So I'll let it go, but shut the fuck up when I'm recording. I wish I had an on-air sticker I could put on my front door. But, quiet on set. That doesn't work. So, a couple things about, sorry, my squeaker, kill me now. My speaker was squeaking. It's not doing it anymore. One of the first topics I want to get into is, well, I guess I can get into the whole friend situation first, because that's what's kind of affecting me the most right now. And I know goddamn well the people that listen to this podcast do not want to hear about my friend issues. But this is a personal podcast for myself, which some of them and Ted are going to make fun of me for later. If Ted ever calls me from rehab or something, I don't know. That's still fucking hard to imagine. Is that Ted is in a rehabilitation facility right now. And that's another thing, like, oh, he was caught in such a stupid way. I'm sure you already heard. But the whole friend situation, it has gone from, I guess, kind of, I see, it's hard to put it into perspective, because when you actually try to speak it out on recording for you to listen to later, it's just so fucking hard to do. Because, I don't want to sound bad about my friends. They're my friends. Why would I talk shit about them? I don't talk shit about my friends unless they deserve it. And I guess that's a conclusion that I come to in my own head. But I guess in the recent days is that we've all drifted apart. And I know that's like, oh my god, stop the fucking presses. That's what happens when real life hits. But it's those ride or die friends that start to drift away from you. That's what actually fucks with your head. And I'm in that situation right now. And if the particular friend that I'm talking about right now is listening to this podcast sometime in the future, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It is the damn truth. And I'm speaking to this person particularly. We used to be way better friends. We used to hang out every single day. And now I barely hear from you in a month's time. And I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but it's fucking hard to deal with. Because when you have someone in your life, friendship, relationship, wife, husband, family member, if they're in your life almost every day for 5 years, you kind of get used to that. You kind of get used to that notion of, well, I don't have anybody to talk to, but I always have that one person. That one person always answers the phone and always has something to say, or just always texts back, or always has something on their mind. We all used to have one of those friends, or one of those significant others, or maybe you do now. I don't know. Who the fuck are you, and why are you listening to my podcast? It's because you love me and I love you. That got weird. I'm sorry. I laugh at my own jokes now. I'm kind of a prick. Sorry guys, water is important. So I was crushing the bottle really loud. Yikes. That was super loud. Still super loud. Jeez, fuck off. I threw it across the room. Look, I'm trying to crack jokes and shit about it, but it's not funny. None of these last 6 months have been funny. Everything about these last 6 months have been shitty. And it's my fault. Here's why. Here's why this is almost entirely my fault. I moved out too soon. It's been thing that I've been thinking about for, well, the last 6 months, because we're halfway through this lease, and I feel like I 100% jumped the gun. I left way too soon. And when I did, I didn't fucking talk to anybody. I was talking to my friend then. I was talking to him. We were still fucking besties. We still hung out every night and fucking smoked weed in Trey's driveway and stuff. You don't know who that is, but I apologize if that particular person is listening to this podcast. And I did not ask you for permission to put you in a podcast, but it just slipped out. Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna hunt you down. Don't worry about it. We used to have fun, go out, fucking scream at cars, stuff like that. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I know. And I knew it then, too. But you know what? Fuck you. That was fun. That was actual fun for me and my friend group at the time. And now, it seems like my friend group... Fuck off, you torrent. Fuckhead. This is what happens when you download illegal shit on your computer. There's just pop-ups all the time. That's probably another reason why this computer's so fucked. All my friend group wants to do anymore is be alone, I guess. I don't know. What is it that we do nowadays? I honestly... What the fuck is wrong with this computer? Sorry, I just opened Chrome now. I think it's trying to reload my last viewed pages or something, because I must have had some pages open before I closed this thing last time. I'm getting distracted because my computer's pissing me off. All my friend group wants to do anymore is either smoke weed with the two people that are the only people that they ever talk to, or they want to do nothing. They want to go to sleep. They want to fucking be alone. And I totally get that. When I first moved in here to this new office with Thumb and Ted and everybody, because I'm still playing that. I'm definitely still playing that. I didn't really talk to anybody. And that's another reason why this is kind of my fault. It's my fault because I started working mornings. And if you ever start at 4 a.m., it's going to be an adjustment. You're not going to talk to as many people, and you're going to be tired all the time. And I feel like I've gotten past that now because I've been working mornings for almost 7 months now. And, I'm not tired right now. I was just at work. I've been up since 3:30. But, I stay up 15 hours a day now. It doesn't really faze me that much. Actually, it's like 16, 17 hours a day. But that all seems, relative. Whatever. It's a normal fucking day length. Who cares? But when I first started doing that, I was distant. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't send messages to people. I kind of, fell off the map. And as a result, the podcast suffered. And we should be up around 100 episodes right now. If we had stayed on track with what we were trying to do for the Thumb Up and Ted podcast, we'd be at our 100th episode right now. But as they like to say, life happened. And life gets in the way, getting a job, getting a house. I don't have a house yet. Or getting an apartment, I guess, in the short term. Getting an apartment, fucking getting used to a new work schedule. Everything that I went through, everyone else is going through as well. My friends are thinking about moving out and, flying the nest, if you will. And I'm pretty sure they're in that same tired phase. But the part that scares me is that I don't know if they're going to come out of it. Or when they do, they're not going to want to talk to me. Because, whatever. That one kid that we hung out with for a couple years, nobody cares about him. But, I'm not trying to think too hard into it, It's easy to put a label on something. It's very easy to put a label on something. You could say, this is the worst situation ever. But I don't really know that yet. It's a bad situation. I've made that conclusion. Of course I've made that conclusion. How would I not make that conclusion? And You know, I'm not one of those people that stands by a fucking doctrine of everything happens for a reason. Some things happen totally randomly for no reason. That's what I believe. But some things are supposed to happen, so I guess I like half believe that. Hang on, I'm turning my light on. It's getting dark in the office. It's not a late night podcast. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. It's fucking dark as fuck. Fuck winter. Oh yeah, fuck winter with the holiday season coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. You're gonna hear about that. I don't want to be a pessimist in this podcast, but I'm just trying to relate to whoever it is that's listening and to let them know that if they went through this, I'm going through it too, and it's going to be a thing for a while. So, yeah, it's just this whole friend situation. I've tried to remedy it, but I've only seemed to make it like 2% better with 300% work. And that's not recent. It's not recent. You see, the thing about it not being recent is that the last time I tried to talk to this particular friend, which I can look up on my phone right now, if my phone would stop being a cunt. I last tried to talk to this person on Tuesday, November 7th, 2017. And I was just asking, like, hey, bro, are you up? Do you want to talk about stuff? And, I didn't get a response. And he tells me it's because he's busy. And I'm not going to question that because it's not my place. He probably is busy, I'm not going to fucking shove my nose up somebody's ass because I think they're lying. If I think they're lying, then I'm not going to fucking listen to them, But, he's probably telling the truth. He has a lot on his plate right now. He's working a lot, and he's trying to move out of his parents' house. I get it. But the idea is that Isaac and... God damn it! I'll let his name slip. This particular friend and I were supposed to move in together. And that was the plan for... Oh, God. That was the plan from 2014 up until early 2016. So about 2 years. About 2 years we were talking about moving out and getting someplace, somewhere. And like my job experience would vouch for, I didn't even have a job back in 2014. But, I was ambitious. I was very ambitious. I feel like I still am. Maybe not as much. But, anyways. I feel like this is being fucking stupid. Sorry, I got the next song queued up. As for the whole friend situation, I've really hit a brick wall with most of my friends. And you know what? That's just how it is. That's how it's gonna be. So, next topic. The next topic will be the holiday season. The holiday season. What is it, like the 3.5 month period of everyone collectively shitting their pants and rushing off to the grocery store to buy shit that they won't care about in 2 months. Everyone does it. Everyone, or I guess no one can deny it. Everyone has done this. They have always said, it's the holiday season, let's get a bunch of holiday shit because I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. And so, 9 times out of 10, I shit you not, they will first go to the grocery store, which is unfortunate for me because I still work at Safeway. They'll go to the grocery store, they'll buy shit tons of food, so much food. Like, our sales during the holiday season are, I bet you couldn't even guess. And then, after that, they'll do the online shopping. Like, everyone does online shopping, but during the holiday season, it's 100 times worse. and I'm seeing smoke from somewhere, and I'm really hoping my building's not on fire right now. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna let you listen to this song. It's Chronic Future, but no, it's Time and Time Again by Chronic Future. I hope you enjoy. I'll be right back. Just try to enjoy this song. I'm gonna go figure out what's going on, make sure my fucking house isn't burning down, because that'd be kind of a shitty situation, and I don't want to have to be this podcast where the whole fucking house burns down, you know? We're not gonna do that. We'll be right back.
I'm not dividing me from you cause we're working together. Perfect and splendor like the currents of the weather. The splinter in my center hindering all of my pleasure. Be manifested as you in this endeavor. Once responsibility is taken I can render. Experience to be however I wanna remember. Time and time again we fall into the depths of doing God, but you can't keep running away from what you're trying to find. Through the scariest of scenarios, enter experiences in harmony written there to go. It's all for the character and the arrogant action of knowing its appearance. And once your parents hand it down to you to handle, make sure you carry torches when they're putting out your candles. Yeah, predictions can be unkind, unwind them still. Don't erase no part of you that's responsible for your will.
Alright, false alarm. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on the Personal Podcast. I had to take a moment there. Voice cracks abound still. At the age of 20. Beautiful. We're back here. And, yeah, this music video is fucking weird, man. And, I'm not gonna watch it because it's gonna bother me because it's really controversial. Anyways, as I was trying to say, holiday season is a goddamn nightmare. And this song doesn't fit the holiday season. So, pause button. The holiday season is just, oh my god, it's such a fucking shit show. And, you know, it's like, I need to go get all my shit. And it's like, no, you don't. You very much don't, okay? You know what, you can do these holiday shopping stuff all fucking year. You don't have to do it in the span of, like, 2 weeks. Like, come on. Be realistic here. And that's just me talking because I know the pain of having a retail job and it being the holiday season. It's fucking terrible. This will be year 2 that I've fucking dealt with that shit. And I don't want to do it anymore, but you know what? It's a job. I don't have another job lined up, so fuck you. Do it. So, I guess I just had another thought. And the only response I had to that thought was, no, fuck you, we're not getting into politics. Because the whole political spectrum of 2017 has been the biggest roller coaster filled with negative, bigoted, orange-faced, fake-haired shit ever. And I really don't want to talk about it because I've taken it upon myself to go on Facebook and just, you know, I guess just stir the fucking pot. Which I've managed to keep out of my podcast. The Thumb Up and Ted show hasn't been hyper-political. There was that one show, yes, I do remember this, in the archives. There is a particular Thumb Up and Ted podcast where we actually talked politics only. And that was the one show. I don't plan to get hyper political in this podcast because nothing good comes of it. Ever. Politics are like, I guess, what's a negative thing? A horrific cough. Politics are like finding out that, like, I don't know, find out that you're, you know, shut up. It doesn't make a fucking difference. It's a shitty fucking topic. There's nothing good that comes from talking about politics. Whether you're talking about healthcare, gun control, birth control, abortion, doesn't matter. You will always have an argument, no matter who you're speaking to. unless you're actually talking to yourself in the mirror. That's fact. Fuck you. And fuck politics. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because the more and more I think about politics is like the more and more friends I'm going to lose. Because I've taken it upon myself also to try to take on this political activist vibe for the last couple months here. And it's only done me more harm than good. Because I've pissed a lot of my friends off. And I've gotten into arguments with people I don't even know. Of friends that I barely even like. And I don't like them anymore because they're bigoted, racist, my brainwashed idiots. Which is, you know what? No. Fuck you. Fuck politics. Stop it. I'm talking to myself when I say that. Some of them would be yelling at me right now. But, when it comes to the podcast, back to the Thumb and Ted podcast, I still really want to make shows, and it's like a burst thing. It's a spur of the moment. Most days, I'll come home from work, and I won't want to do anything except sit on the couch, have a drink, and watch some fucking YouTube videos. And you know what? That's how it's gonna be, and no one's gonna tell me otherwise, because it's my choice. And that's just how it is, I'm not saying that to be like, oh, fuck you, I'm not going to hang out with you. Like, if my friend were to call me and be like, hey, man, what's up, you want to go out? And I got home and I was fucking dead tired, I'd be like, fuck yeah, bring the car around, I got my vape, I got my cigarettes, I got my phone, I got the aux cord, let's fucking roll. And I'd be like half awake, and I'd be like, yo, let's go to the store and pick up a Monster. That's just plain and simple. But with this podcast, seeing as it's just myself here, and it's entirely up to me. I know you guys like the show. I know you guys like to listen and everything, and I thank the people that do watch, or listen, I suppose. And, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. This show would not be possible without the support of a couple dear friends that I have. I haven't made it big. I don't plan to, and it ain't gonna happen. But if I can make a couple people laugh, I'm satisfied. But what was I gonna say? What I was trying to say was the podcast isn't done. It's not done. If I was done with the show, I would make a final show. That's the thing about the Thumb and Ted podcast. The Thumb and Ted podcast could go on forever. It could just be spaced out over a super long time, which I don't plan to do. I might get into another summer here where all I want to do is make the Thumb and Ted podcast, and I'll grind out 50 episodes by summer's end. And you know what? That would be pretty fucking cool, but seeing as, oh god, hang on, some asshole's texting me right now. Oh god, no, shut your goddamn mouth. This is why you don't put your phone number out there for apartments and job stuff, because they will always text you and or call you. It's annoying. So anyways, the podcast isn't done, and you should very much expect more episodes. When? I don't fucking know. I might do Thumb and Ted podcast episode 39 right here after this podcast here, because I've been recording for 34 minutes 21 seconds right now, and it's still going strong. It's froze once or twice. Actually, it froze twice. Here's the third time. It just froze again. Right as I said that, it's fucking listening to me. And I think it's trying to load stuff on the desktop in the background. And I think the computer is strong enough to do the Thumb and Ted show. So, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. After this podcast, I'm going to make Thumb and Ted podcast number 39. And I got the script right over here. Sorry, I'm right in the microphone. I'm talking in the back of it. I sound like Ted right now. This is fucked up. I'm starting to sound more and more like Ted every fucking day. Thumb of a Ted podcast, episode 39. And, oh, buddy. I'm not even part of that podcast anymore. Look, you'll have to wait for the Thumb of a Ted podcast to come out. Why? Because I want to keep you in suspense. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it good here. Because this is a personal podcast. It's not supposed to go on forever. I already told you I wasn't going to do that. So, if you enjoyed this, maybe just leave a like rating. You know, rate it at 1 out of 10. If it's negative 10, whatever. I don't care. If it's 20, good for you, buddy. And if it's somewhere in between, you know what? I appreciate it. So, if you enjoyed this video, maybe give it a like, give it a rating, leave a comment with your show ideas, and, you know, it's just a good day, you know. And we're gonna play you out here with another beautiful song, which you will very much enjoy. Hey, it's me again. Just coming back to talk to you a bit to avoid copyright issues with YouTube's algorithm. Yeah, you just gotta break it every now and again. I'm not trying to play the whole song. I just want to outro my show. Thanks, YouTube. Truths of a time gone by.